What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And guys, for today's video I have an amazing news. First of all, I will show you that short sellers lose an appeal over market manipulation, and on the first glance this decision is not related to our case, but if you dig a little bit deeper, you will find out that this case is very important for MMTLP case as well, and I will explain you my thoughts. On top of that, guys, I will explain you some details of the mechanism of naked short selling, and I will explain you how it might be connected with the short squeeze. Then I will show you that other countries are still fighting to win the battle against short sellers, and I will show you some interesting facts about this. On top of that, guys, I will show you the answer of Scott Roth in regards to his lawsuit that potentially might be switched to the class action lawsuit, and at the end of this video I will show you some due diligence from RareDD that pretty much explains the total mess inside the SEC because of the MMTLP case. And before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. So let's start with this news. Meta News published it just several hours ago, and it says: breaking, short sellers lose appeal over market manipulation. Spread the word. Sounds like what happened with MMTLP. And Meta News added two screenshots. It is the decision of the United States Court of Appeals that is related to overstock issue. And I have to say that, let me show you this summary. Overstock short sellers lose appeal over market manipulation. Digital dividend allegedly issued to hard short sellers. Lower court said pleadings insufficient to maintain claims. Short sellers can't continue to press their case that Overstock.com and its leaders force them into a squeeze through improper tactics, the 10th Circuit ruled Tuesday. And guys, this is a very important decision because you know that, for example, Pete Sessions and Ralph Norman, who signed a letter that was also signed by other 74 members of Congress, and who wrote this letter back in December of 2023, they switched their opinion because of the so-called pump and dump actions that were performed by George Palikars, John Burda and MMAT. But guys, first of all, John Burda and George Palikars just recently issued letters to the court in regards to their involvement in these illegal actions. And on the other hand, the decision for Overstock leads to the conclusion that it was nothing illegal to anticipate a short squeeze on certain stocks, and we have to keep this in mind in the future decisions. And guys, take a look right here. It is not directly related to this decision, but it connects a lot of other missing links. So, Esther Pierce wrote this: I did not support the trading suspension against NanoMagic, and I am pleased that today the Commission vacated it. Trading suspensions are a drastic remedy with severe consequences for the issuer, so the tool should be wielded with great care and proper procedure. And Meta News wrote in response to her opinion: according to the S1 that Metamaterials filed for MMTLP before it got halted, it stated, paraphrasing, MMTLP may rise significantly due to short sellers covering. The theory that most MMTLP shareholders were expecting was the short sellers covering the stock on the 9th and 12th of December, and MMTLP skyrocketed to prices unimaginable. But FINRA halted MMTLP on the 9th before market open. And guys, this decision of Overstock case is extremely important in light of this anticipation of the majority of people to see the short squeeze of MMTLP. But FINRA prevented these expectations. They thought it was an illegal actions to perform this short squeeze, and that is why, guys, with the decision of Overstock, we have another evidence that their actions were illegal and they should be removed. So let me go to further. Why would shorts cover on the 9th and the 12th? Well, according to many sources, you can't carry a short position into a private company, just like digital dividend shorts and naked shorts would be forced to cover. So you can say that if everything worked out perfectly, even if it wasn't planned, that MMTLP could have had an unthinkable short squeeze, just like Overstock and their preferred dividend. But FINRA intervened, preventing shorts from covering on the 9th and 12th due to the rare U3 halt. And we can sue this decision based on the Overstock case because it is a precedent that breaks all lines of defense of authorities in majority of cases. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Mark Basil wrote this: nothing illegal about a short squeeze, just like nothing illegal about a market maker shorting a stock without first locating shares. So, quite interesting statement, but I will explain you in just several minutes. This is a huge decision because the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals recognizes the markets go both ways. And guys, yes, even Mark Basil admitted that it is a huge decision that potentially might help in his case and probably in case of Scott Trott in both of RICO cases to push the narrative of the illegal actions of FINRA, because they anticipated this so-called illegal short squeeze, but it is not illegal. So, guys, let's take a look at this part of his statement. Market maker shorting a stock without first locating shares is not illegal actions. And this person asked him, short a stock without locating the shares first should be massively illegal. And Biotech Snack also added, it is unless you're a market maker. So, and here's the very thorough explanation. That is not quite factual. Makers don't have a free pass to naked short. For the exemption to apply, there has to be a reasonable chance and intent of locate. Makers have access to a much larger pool of broker-dealers, and they will locate before EOD in most cases. And Mark wrote to this. And what do the market maker base that so-called reasonable chance on? Do you know those metrics? You just can't depend on brokers have the stock. The way the law is written, they can naked short provided they have a reasonable chance to locate. What does reasonable chance mean? It must be based on something more than a feeling, and I'm sure that it is abused in many cases. And Amy wrote, I explained it. They have access to basically every broker-dealer and have a system to find locates. If they don't have it, they have a whole list of brokers who do. A reasonable chance to locate means intent. As I'm sure you know, naked shorting is purely about intent. And AZNPWR86 also added, shouldn't even be so-called intent, like I said. Naked shorting shouldn't be allowed. Locate the damn shares first and legally short, and there wouldn't be imbalances. HFTAs can buy and sell in nanoseconds. There are no excuses when T+0. And Amy responded, naked shorting is illegal. And this is the main statement, guys. Naked shorting is illegal. But we have an exemptions. And she added this. Reg SHO allows for makers to have an exemption when liquidity is absent. For example, an obscure OTC stock that trades 1,000 volume in a day and someone wants to buy 10,000 shares. Makers absorb that order and take the liability to locate. Guys, they take the liability. This means we have a market entity that is liable for these short positions. And guys, if we have a company or a broker-dealer or any other entity on the market who is liable for these short positions, this means, guys, we can sue them. And this is a huge update in our case. So, if you want to read more about this decision, you can read the article on frankness.com website, and I have to say that it is worth your attention. But let's move forward and let me show you the next news that was reposted by John Burda and that was originally made by Christian Shaughnessy. So she refers to this article that was published just yesterday, and it's titled "Two Overseas Firms Indicted for 16 Million Short Selling Scandal." And she added this: two overseas investment firms, an overseas asset manager and a trader, indicted on naked short selling charges in South Korea, and their name the stock being manipulated. Prosecutors indicted two overseas investment firms on charges of naked short selling in the government's latest move to stamp out the illegal practice. The Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office said Tuesday that it had indicted a global investment bank as well as an overseas asset manager and trader from that firm for alleged violations of the Financial Investment Services and Capital Markets Act. The two firms gained about 22 billion won, about $16 million, through illegal short selling, the office said. The global investment bank allegedly shorted stocks worth 18.32 billion won between September 2021 and May 2022 without first borrowing the necessary shares. And guys, this news is also very important for the entire problem of naked shorting, because the authorities from South Korea directly mentioned two companies. One of them is the asset manager and the trader who nakedly shorted several stocks. And this means, guys, through the regulators from other countries, potentially we might connect the dots and we might find who shorted MMTLP shares back in the days. And we know that there is a lot more short positions than just 2.65 million shares that were mentioned in FAQ section of FINRA, because of the official statement of Greg McCabe, who potentially will testify under oath because of the subpoena that will or might be issued by Mark Basile in his RICO case. Guys, a lot of pieces of this puzzle just recently came in one place, and we know how to connect all of them. And this is, in my opinion, huge update in our case. And let me show you another news. It is not so important like previous ones, but from time to time I receive a lot of questions about this decision. So just yesterday I showed you the tweet, the update basically from Scott Trott in regards to his case, and he mentioned about the potential change of the narrative of his lawsuit from RICO case to a class action lawsuit. And Brandon Polk wrote this: "Hi Scott, just looking for clarification. I'm a small holder, 100 shares. Would I need to sue in order to join this mini-moss, or does your suit open up the chance for all?" And Scott responded, "I have the capacity to go class action if I hire an attorney, but let's see what happens in the next few weeks." And Tom 50/50 split wrote, "Class action is still a stupid idea even in the near future, several months, in my opinion." And Scott responded, "It's a last ditch, not stupid." And guys, I have to say that on the one hand, class action lawsuit is not the best idea in the majority of cases. But in our case, if the questions that will be asked in these class action lawsuits and the remedies for MMTLP shareholders is defined extremely thoroughly, in this case, class action lawsuit might be one of the paths to the resolution. On top of that, guys, what is more importantly, class action lawsuit shouldn't prevent any other additional lawsuits, shouldn't block any other additional lawsuits because of its nature. And in this case, it is extremely important to make it thoroughly and to ask the questions that will not block any other potential lawsuits. And I think Scott is thinking about it as one of the potential paths to the resolution. And I have to admit that from the legal standpoint, it is still a path to the resolution, but definitely it is not the perfect decision. So, and let me show you another update at this time from RareDD. He published this thread in his Twitter account where he connected the dots which explains how FINRA and SEC acted back in the days in regards to our case. And this is, on the one hand, it is just an assumption, but on the other hand, guys, please read it very carefully, and you will find out that inside FINRA and SEC, it was a total mess back in the days because of MMTLP fiasco. And I don't want to dive deep inside this due diligence, guys. I highly encourage you to subscribe, to follow Rare Deals here Twitter account. And on top of that, guys, you can watch his recent video that he published, wait a second, I will show you somewhere here, that he published just several days ago. Here it is, on October 13th he published it, and you can find it on YouTube as well. And in the video format you will see how all the dots connected, and why we can say for sure that FINRA knew about the MMTLP problem before the illegal youth halt, and their decision to implement this youth halt was the result of this mess. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna